Hey guys, welcome back to Shredcraft RC, and I'm Cam, and as many of you know, I've been doing this YouTube thing for a little while, maybe a long while. If you take a look at my previous channel, I've done all the videos from building my one-to-one street car into a Pro-Am drift car, playing with motorcycles, playing with muscle cars, and then I started Shredcraft to focus on the niche of RC drifting and RC rock crawlers. So I'm sure since this is on Shredcraft, many of you are into RC cars. As I'm sure many of you know, these RC drift cars are really expensive. These little costs can add up to a lot of money. In order to keep this channel rolling and keep some fun builds and content coming onto the channel, I figured it was time to let some of my own personal cars go and do some sale posts. I'm not on Facebook. I really just don't enjoy that platform. And then Instagram's really been kind of dying off in my mind. There's just a lot of fake things on Instagram, scams and fake profiles and all this stuff that's really led to kind of like the downturn in audience interactions and stuff that I've been having. So my main focus for 2025 clearly has been YouTube, and where I've been posting all my content and all my information and everything that I'm doing within the hobby. So I think it's time to sell some of these cars, and I wanted to make this video to kind of show you guys, my loyal audience, what I have for sale. And if you guys are interested in picking it up, you can contact me in the email in my profile here on YouTube, and I'll be sure to get back to you and let you know. So shipping RC cars can be difficult, so I prefer to just do local sales here in the United States, so shipping in the lower 48 as they say. So I will be able to ship these cars, and then I'll kind of talk about the price and the parts on some of these builds so you guys have a better idea of what I have into them and then what I am offering to sell them for. As with any sale post, I'm not going to let people waste my time, and I'm not going to waste anyone else's time. So I'm going to be upfront with all the prices. People who respond with lowball offers, I just won't respond to. But people that are serious and want to send an email and reach out to any of these builds that I have available, I will work with you as much as you want to work with me. I will go ahead and show you some of these cars that I have for sale. So starting off with probably the most expensive one, I have my RC Speedy OAA crawler chassis here. So this is a full stainless steel cage. It also has Vanquish F10 aluminum axle housings, front and rear. These were Cerakoted. There are scratches on it. It also has a VFD transmission, and I will include the drive shafts with this. It also has a handmade carbon fiber dash, and then I do have a set of stainless steel seats, and then this little scale gas tank that I made. It does have Traxxas GTS shocks built with negative springs, so it's going to be hard to show this one-handed as I'm holding the camera. But these have a spring on top of the piston and below the piston, really making this a solid rock crawler. The reason for selling it is I'm just not driving it much anymore, and I think it would really be good in the hands of somebody else who wants to tinker, tune, and have a super awesome scale metal caged rock buggy. So I probably have over $1,600 invested in this car when it had the motor and electronics. That's the other key point. There's no electronics included. It has the servo arm and a servo horn, and then the VFD transmission has an aluminum motor plate, the aluminum standoffs, and I think that's it. So no electronics, has full stainless steel links. I'm not going to include any wheels with this one. This will just be for the slider chassis. So for the entire chassis with the axles as a slider, I'm going to be asking $800, and then that will be with everything, the seats and other various parts that I don't have shown right here. But if you're interested and serious about this, I will ship it. It is a heavier rig. I think when I ran this buggy at the We Rock Nationals, I had it right at 7 pounds with motor, servo, and driver with seats and everything included. So if you guys are interested, want more photos, have any questions about it, feel free to shoot me an email at the email in my profile, and that's one of my first builds that I am going to let go to a new home. And next up on the list for cars that I have available for sale is my custom TTO2 roller. So this car I custom painted in one of the videos on the channel. Most of this is all paint. There's a few decals on it. It's still in really good shape. This is the Yarus rally car. It's got a little dust, a little dirt. But then a TTO2 roller has a cheap servo and a cheap gyro, which will come in this. Has the carbon battery brace and a few of the blue aluminum hop-up parts, aluminum hubs, shock towers, arm mounts, and not too much. Drive shaft, full ball bearings, has a locked front diff and a open oil filled rear diff, has the adjustable motor mount, and all in all just a solid platform for a rally car build. Brand new glued on rally tires. It does have aluminum bodied shocks, but yeah, this is one, it just sits on the shelf. The body gets kind of dusty, but it would be a fun car for somebody, or if you want to put it on the shelf like I did. It's just a good looking Red Bull Rally Yarus. So for this one, I think I'm gonna ask around $200 for it. Again, it's nothing too special. It's your standard TTO2 with some of the blue hop-up parts. That one's for sale as well. Continuing on, we have a Losi Mini T from my old carpet racing days. These trucks are extremely fun. They're really agile, whip around. And on this one, it's gonna come almost ready to run. I just do not have a receiver in it, but it has the Hobby Wing brushless setup, making it extremely fast. So let's see, it's one of the Hobby Wing, can't see the exact sticker, 5200 kV brushless motor and ESC. I'm not going to include batteries because shipping with batteries is difficult, but if you're local, let me know. Nothing else was really upgraded. It's a pretty standard Losi Mini T, but for something like this, I'm gonna ask 100, I think $100, try and move it. If not, it's gonna go back in the box and live on in the collection. These things are a blast. If you haven't driven a Mini B or a Mini T, these things are a whole lot of fun. And then I have a VS410 chassis kit here for sale. Shock towers, servo mount, transmission mount, and then just some of the extra parts I've had. It's got the rear fuel cell set up, a few scratches, but not used heavily. Basically, this came from my Phoenix kit, and then the Phoenix turned into the OAA crawler. So with this, I can also include some axle housings. These are empty, so there is no internals. These are just the housings for the VS410. These are straight axles, F10Ts, I believe, just the housings. So you would have to put your own differentials and drive shafts in those. But this whole setup, I don't know what's fair. I would say $50 and then add shipping costs on top of that. VS410 chassis kit for sale. And then I don't do this a whole lot, but this is one of my prototype SCX24 chassis. This one's made out of aluminum, so it's super lightweight, but this was one of my angled skid designs that I never went into production with and I never ended up selling. It has the OGRC flat skid and then different mounts for your upper links, different shock towers, electronics tray, battery mount, all that. I have this for sale for $40 with everything. You get these these are probably cheaper Amazon links on there. Shredcraft prototype parts. Let me know, shoot me an email. $40, probably $10 shipping. Yeah, that one just been sitting. It's not getting any use. I figure one of you guys who's a builder might be able to turn that into something pretty cool. Sticking with the micro crawler side of things, I have this TRX4M body that I chopped, cut the back off. Still has the rear window, and I added this balsa wood bed. It still has the stock body clips, so this will go onto a stock TRX4M. And I think I lightened it up quite a bit. It's like 100 grams or 99 grams, but way lighter compared to the stock body. Just looks cool. Figure someone could use that or turn it into something. Say $40 on that body. And I always have people asking if I sell any of my drift bodies. I always say that I don't because they're always a little too beat up, or I feel bad for selling them. But this one's kind of cool. It is the Lambo body. I believe it's MST. I did paint the outside, and you can see it's got wheel scuffs and stuff on it. And then it has holes drilled, back cut out. I ran this on my RDX, and I actually won my first drift competition with this body. So maybe a little piece of Shredcraft history. I don't know what's fair, maybe 40 bucks, and honestly shipping these might be more difficult than what it's worth. But if somebody wants that, putting it out there in the universe, the old Shredcraft Lambo, I'll sell that one. And on the whole body side of things, I have this old school Skyline with the custom paint job. It's got some wild flake in the paint, and then custom painted roof, the gold splotched top. Pretty cool paint job. This one was really fun. I learned a lot. And then I've run this one recently, but I run this on my RDX. This is a Pandora Skyline, I believe, and then it has a full light kit. So full headlights and full taillights. They light up, they work. It's got a light switch, so you can actually program that to a switch so you can turn the lights on and off from your remote. It's in pretty good shape. There's probably a few scuffs on it, but overall cool body. I'm just not using it anymore, and I would say I would sell this one for 80 bucks, and then, you know, shipping costs and stuff on top of that. But cool body. Maybe somebody wants it, maybe they don't. If not, it's just gonna hang on the wall. And then one I'm maybe a little reluctant to sell is my Power Wagon Cheater Crawler chassis here. This one would be RTR minus wheels. Let's see if I get this body off. So this crawler has my first VRD crawler chassis that I made. This is aluminum, 3mm, 7000 series aluminum. And then it also has a fully built Vanquish VFD transmission with the stubby kit installed. It also has the machined front gears, aluminum standoffs, lightweight motor plate, and then a secure 1800 kV motor with their paired ESC. I have custom built these shocks. It has Losi Mini T rear spring setup. It has overdrive gears. These are the Muse overdrive gears in the front. And then the servo behind the axle setup, and then titanium hardware on the full build, custom little balsa bed I built there, and then a custom titanium battery tray where the 3S battery sits right there behind the transmission. But this truck is extremely light compared to any other crawler I've had. I think with the battery and everything it was just at 5 pounds, or right under 5 pounds, like 4.8 pounds. Not going to include any wheels with this one, but it's pretty upgraded. It runs really well. It's what, you know, from my mind I call kind of a cheater rig because it goes up anything. Definitely a point and shoot type of crawler. Extremely capable. Has all the good Vanquish parts on it, and something like that I'm going to price at, with the motor. Oh, it also has an NSD RC LP650 servo, so has really good electronics, really lightweight, bunch of cool titanium hardware. I think something like this, 600, is probably a good price. Has high clearance links front and rear. You're able to change the geometry on this chassis for where you want the links to mount. But yeah, this is a setup dialed in rock crawler. So 600 bucks on that if somebody wants it. Price how I have it, I'll include the body, no battery. So if somebody wants that, shoot me an email, we can talk about it. So that's just a few of the rides that I have for sale. I was kind of hesitant to make this video because I wasn't really sure how people would respond, and I'm still not really sure. I've had a lot of people reach out to ask how they can kind of support the channel. I know I had numerous people reach out to buy this shirt, but this was just a sample I made years and years ago for one of the potluck Matsuris when I was kind of playing around with the idea of doing shirts and hats and stuff like that. But the unfortunate truth about doing merchandise is that it takes a lot of money to get something like that up and going. And on top of that, doing it in small quantities and small batches, I'm going to have to charge a customer more money than what I would pay for a t-shirt. You know, you're talking $35, $40 t-shirts, which in my mind seems pretty high for a simple t-shirt from a small YouTube channel. If that's something that you guys are thinking, I've been doing some research on kind of like direct to consumer printing options and things of that nature, where you could purchase my shirts on my website and another company would print and ship those out to you guys. Again, I'm thinking of other avenues and other revenue streams that I can create to help this channel continue growing, along with bringing you guys some of the dopest RC builds out there on the internet. So I'm definitely going to continue with Shredcraft RC for the time being, and I wanted to put some of these shelf queens I have for sale and parts and stuff like that. And if they don't sell, they'll just sit in a box until I go to another swap meet or something of that nature. Again, if any of you guys are interested, make sure to check out my email. It's shredcraftrc@gmail.com, I believe. shredcraftrc@gmail.com. If you guys have any interest in any of these cars or chassis or parts that I showed here and you want to pick one up for your own collection, be sure to shoot me an email, let me know, and we can work on price and shipping and all of that stuff through email. Another thing that I saw here on YouTube was that they do channel memberships, and I'm optioned now to open that up. If people are interested in doing channel memberships, make sure you let me know down in the comments below, because I could do a range of tuning videos or open up more one-on-one consulting options. So whatever you guys want to see that's going to keep this channel growing, make sure you put it down in the comments below, because I love reading through them and seeing what people's opinions and thoughts are. I had no idea that so many people use ball differentials, like in my last differential comparison video, and like I responded to a lot of those comments, so I can only make videos with what I personally have had experience with. I'm not going to go out and make a video promoting products that I don't have good experiences with, that I don't personally have experience with, just because the internet said that these are awesome, I should say they're awesome. I'm not that type of person. I really need to try things out myself to see how I react. And of course, we're all different. We're all driving on different style tracks. Our cars are built differently. Everything that's involved in this hobby is going to be very subjective. What might work for one person is not going to work for me, is not going to work for the other 50 people that are watching that video. That's just how I make videos. I'm gonna tell you what works for me, and then you guys can take that with a grain of salt and use it on your builds. I know with the alignment videos, I had a bunch of people reaching out saying that alignment really helped them out and helped their car feel better on track and got them drifting better than they've ever drifted before. Everything that I'm making on my channel is my own personal experience. I'm not taking word of mouth or what the internet says and putting it out there to say that it's good or bad. So that's where my view is. It's all going to be related to my personal experience. In the future, continuing this channel, want to do some more builds. I want to get some different drift cars, and in order to do that, need to create some capital to continue these expensive builds. If you guys are interested, let me know. Shoot me an email. Really appreciate all the new subscribers. Like I said, we're just about tipping 15,000 subscribers, which is way more than I would have ever expected, considering this is such a small niche hobby. And I've also had the idea of starting up some other channels or continuing my own personal channel that is more focused on like real life motorsports and things I've done with real cars, car wraps, motorcycle stuff, anything like that. So if you wanted to check it out, it's just at the campaign. I'll see if I can put a link up here in the video for you guys. If you want to check out some of my real life drifting videos, some of my car wrap videos, or anything like that that's outside of RC drifting or RC crawlers. So if you notice, I kind of did take a step back from RC crawlers just because those videos get exponentially less views than what the RC drifting videos are. So moving forward, I think I need to double down on what's working and focus on RC drifting, because that seems to grab the audience more. And I also personally think that's one of the largest and fastest growing corners of the RC car hobby is these RC drift cars. That's kind of the direction this channel's going. If you guys have any ideas on other revenue streams that are related to the RC hobby, I've done the chassis and I've done the parts, but there's such low limited quantities that it's not really effective for making money for the channel. It's It's more me sharing my own passion and designs with people, and it's such a small market that there's not enough volume in order to continue that. So if you have any other ideas, I'm happy to listen and hear what other options are available, or if you guys have a YouTube channel that's growing and have a different thing that's working for you, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm looking for other options to help this channel continue growing. That's probably going to do it for this video. This is one way out of left field, kind of throwing a Hail Mary here. But if you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to come back for more awesome RC content from Shredcraft RC. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.